In this section, I will give you some ideas and innovative tips to enjoy your unified meditation. In the earlier section, we talked so much about the spiritual world being something comparable to the physical world, where we can go to places, do stuff, and be different things. I didn't have the time at that point in my writing to explain to you what exactly it meant, but this is a section dedicated for that. The most important thing to understand in order to be active in the spiritual world is to know that you are more than this body of yours. Then you have to simply imagine or visualize a parallel body. Since we are human beings, we should imagine our soul to be that of a human being. That will be easier for us to maneuver in the spiritual world. However, we can change that identity later on, but for now it's the starting point. Now that you know that you have a spiritual body and you have visualized it, the next step is just imagine or visualize being active with it. It's just that simple. Nothing complicated and fancy. By practicing in this way, your 13 components of consciousness that we discussed earlier on will grow, evolve, and transform. Eventually, you will be able to do even more stuff, go to even further and forbidden places, and then become things that you could never ever imagine about but you always wished to be. Then combining this with the knowledge of the relationship between the physical world and the spiritual world, all that you do can have a desired positive effect in the physical world of yours. Again, this is with regards to the 6 areas of living that we discussed in the earlier section. For now, let's begin with the places we can go in the spiritual world. As you can see in the diagram, I have divided it into 2 sections. The first one talks about the places we can go in the physical world. I provide this as a reference because it has to be as simple and automatic as walking in the park. And then in the second section, I talk about the places you can go in the spiritual world. As you can see, the list is very large as compared to the first one. Please note that there are many more places that are not mentioned here that you can go to. I did not mention them because I might have forgotten them while writing about them, or it could be that it's a secret place that even in this book I cannot disclose. Yet it's a pretty exhaustive list, so let me just talk about each of the various places that you can go to now that you know how to go to there. Just desire to go there and you will be there. As a starter, like in the physical world, in the spiritual world, you can also move inside your house or office or property. So you are sitting, just imagine that your spiritual body stands up from its meditation position, then it just walks around. When you imagine your spiritual body, it should have some kind of color. It should be one that you most associate yourself with. Myself, I choose white and yellow, but you could choose orange, red, green, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The next place you can go is outside, on the road, in the public spaces, nature. But whenever you go there, just make sure that you are able to pull the feelings of those places through the skin of your body into your soul. Again, I'm talking about the spiritual body and the spiritual body skin. It's a very effective way of spiritual transportation and sightseeing. See, in the spiritual world, it's not limited to seeing and smelling and hearing. The sense of touch and absorption is very high. So absorb the enjoyment and the bliss of that place. Then you can go to real countries and you don't even need a visa, whereas you need one in the physical world. The same process that I talked to you about earlier, whereby you absorb the energy of that place, can be practiced in the various countries. At first, you must imagine it that the energy in the various country is different. Like in some places, it's soft. Some places it's wild. In some places, it's soothing. And in some places, it's disturbing. Whatever you attribute that energy with, just absorb it. At first, it's just pure imagination, but later on, you will really start to feel the unique attribute of that energy in that particular spiritual place that you have imagined of your spiritual body being in. There's no limit to where your spiritual body can go. You can even go to the space, oceans, underwater. There is nothing that stops you. Again, today we have so much information about how those places look like from YouTube, books, movies. Just use a memory. Then you can also go inside your body. There, it would be hard to imagine yourself as a full body with hands and legs. Just imagine yourself as a white dot and just keep moving around your body. Try to feel the joy in some places and the pain in some places. Again, it's pure your fabrication of your mind, but later on, you will actually be able to sense real pain and joy in the various spaces of your body. Now, what you cannot do in the physical world is go to your romantic interests place without his or her permission. That's allowed in the spiritual world. Again, you can imagine seeing things, hearing things, feeling things. Go there. You don't have to walk there. You can fly there, hover there, transport yourself with a vehicle, spacecraft, helicopter, or simply teleport yourself there. You can go to outer spaces, like far, far away into the universes that we can't even imagine. You can go and meet aliens, ride on the UFOs. There's no stopping of your imagination. But remember, you must do all that while sitting in the meditation position and not sleeping. All this unified meditation that I described to you is best performed in a half lotus position, if not the full lotus position. As I already told you in the first chapter, there is something that happens in the body when the knees are folded. It creates a certain energy circuit that I don't have a particular theory to explain, but it really works. So at least fold your knees while you are meditating in this unified meditation and practicing what I have been just telling you so far, and I'll be telling you later on. Next, you can even go into past lives. To do that, you have to do a kind of self-hypnosis. Again, it's your imagination. You just have got to suggest to yourself that you are hypnotized. Hey, there is no particular test or method to determine where your mind is, and it's you who has to decide whether you are in a hypnotic state or not. Now, once you are hypnotized by yourself in the meditation, just focus on your soul and let your soul come out of your crown chakra and desire it to go into one of your past lives. At first, just go to a past life that you think you were, based on some feelings or dreams that you had. Again, there is no fixed reality at this particular stage. It's just your imagination. In that past life, you can meet your old friends, old spouses, go to your old house. It could be any time period that you are attracted to. This attraction has got a lot of meaning because it's most likely that if you are attracted to, let's say, the medieval ages, then you had a past life in those times. If you're attracted to the early 1900s, and any picture you see about those times cause a certain feeling in you, then it's most likely that yes, you had a past life at that time. So just time travel there. And then when you're done, just come back through that same process, entering from the crown chakra and reawakening yourself from your hypnotic state like you see in the movies. At the count of three, you shall wake up. One, two, three, wake up. Then you can go into the future probabilities. This place is very useful when you are supposed to make very tough decisions and you don't know which one to take. In order to go to this place, first you would have to do your homework in the non-meditative stage, like heavily thinking or writing or just sitting and imagining or walking and thinking about the various possible consequences of whatever decisions you're supposed to take. Once you have spent at least 5 hours in thinking purely about the various scenarios, then you should try to sit down in meditation and go to the future probabilities related to that particular decision that you are stuck with. Now, because your conscious mind had already done so much work on that place, your imagination can recreate dreamlike scenarios without you particularly trying. So it will feel like a play, but it's not a pure dream. It's half your own making, but because your mind has put so much thinking in it, the subconscious mind can create a story and some reality in it that you can experience while in your meditation state. It's very much like a dream state, but it doesn't feel like a dream, and the feelings is not that great, but it's like a dream. However, it doesn't have the relaxing effect of a dream. Going to future probabilities is a bit dry and tedious even in meditation. So it's not a place that I like to go myself a lot, but I do go there because it's needed in order to make the right decisions many times. You can also go to the various spiritual realms made by the humans, like the heavens, hell, and etc. I will not talk too much about them because they are written all over in the various religions of the world. What we must remember is all these things are real, but is there a cathedral there, or is there a monastery there, is there a pond there, or are there maidens there, or is God bearded, or is God a bald guy? Is there a sun there? Is there electricity there? And most important, is the place in the sky or below the earth? Well, all the various religions in the world have got their own picture of what that spiritual realm looks like. You can subscribe to any one of the religions in your journey to those spiritual heavens, hells, and so on. Alternatively, you can be your own God and create those heavens and hells and other realms. In fact, this is what great creative writers do. Remember Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and so many fantasy books. So, in unified meditation, you should have a vivid imagination like that and create your own world. In fact, religions were born from the minds of a very few creative, innovative people, and the rest believed that the world that they had imagined was true because it was so vivid and real. Also, in the spiritual world, you can go to the quantum world, again, one of your imagination, not the one that is observable through electron microscope. At this point, it's pure imagination, and you just should see yourself as a dot and or a ball of light, which represents the soul. You can go also into the dream world or the subconscious world. The objective of so doing would be to affect your dreams on that particular night. So you can think that you are doing an operations in your dreams, and then you sit in your meditation. You can imagine that you have entered the dream state of the coming night, and you just try to lay out various sequence of events there, or you can just go there and watch things. Alternatively, you can recall a dream you had last night and go to that place in your dreams. This is a very effective way to relieve that dream, whereas you did not have the time to think and feel that dream that you had the earlier night. In meditation, when you replay that dream and relive it, you can ponder more and feel more, and that's the objective of going there. Do not worry, the other person will never find out, but you can go to the other person's body, inside that person's body. You can imagine yourself as a human body of light or as a ball of light, and you just go to the other person. Again, this is pure imagination, but it's still a place you can go to, and you can have varied objectives, like it could be to help that person or to give the person hell on earth. However, we must understand that the relationship between the spiritual world and the physical world, when we enter the other person's body, will not uh, be dictated by your desire and will have its own will, like in quantum physics, as we discussed earlier. One of my favorite places to go in meditation is to the Big Bang moment. So I imagine myself traveling at thousands of times or infinite times the speed of light and reaching the Big Bang. I just feel the explosion, see it, and the expansion therefrom. It's just a great place to be. The objective is just to pacify your mind and fulfill your curiosity. It just feels good to be able to go back to the beginning of time. And that is the objective here. Then you can go into infinitely distant stars and planets. You can imagine that there are people there, or that there are other species there. Again, when you imagine such things, it should not be too hard that it hurts your brain. It should be natural, as if you're actually seeing that. And then finally, you can go into the meta soul world that we discussed earlier, or that what we have called the Brahmalok. In the world of the meta soul, everything would be connected, and there would be millions and infinites of hands, legs, eyes, ears, in a great dance of harmony. You should just see and feel the sheer awesomeness of this gigantic entity that is the meta soul. You can visualize infinite knowledge being created, transformed, inputted, outputted. Staying in this place makes one feel very powerful. You can feel in one place and everywhere at the same time, and that's what you should practice when you are here. Then you can go beyond the meta soul world, that is the Parabrahmalok. Again, it's again your imagination. So the best way to imagining it is pure void, nothingness, total darkness, like a black hole. You are there, and there is nothing, no vibration at all. It's everything where that ends. In this way, you now know how to go to various places during your unified meditation sessions. It is not hard, but the hardest part is to think that it is possible, and there is at least some possibility that your imagination is not just pure fiction, but it is the awareness of a reality that cannot be perceived by our five senses.